to say something to you about that too. You know, I'm going to continue to say this. Well, let me just share this with you first. So at 3 p.m. tomorrow, it's writing subs names. This is what we'll be doing. I see some of my mods already came in and represented, and they hit the like button. Also, they left a comment. Now, they're going to be new people that you're going to see in these lives. And as we're watching right now, there's 6 people right now just watching, you know, looking at, I guess when it's going to air. You can see it right there. I don't know if you can see it on your end. But yeah, and I'm just definitely I'm doing it. I don't care how corny it looks. I don't care. It's corny to sit up here and just, if I'm gonna put up content sharing, you know, the mess, I'm gonna also put up content where it might be something little to some, but it might mean a lot to others. And I don't care what anybody says. So if you think that that's going to bother me because I'm switching up my content, I'm adding something. I'm not switching it up, actually. I'm just adding once a day that I take the time out to write subs down. And I want to meet new people. I want to grow this community so that they're not only one culture. I want it to be a diverse platform. You know, and I think that it'll balance out all of this mess that's going on. I think that if it's more diverse, they'll be more appreciative as a whole, you know, including my community. I already grew organically, you guys. It'll also be a broader audience that'll appreciate any content that I put out. Make sure y'all run it up and hit the like button. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. Let me see if it says that will be cool, SL. Thank you, Latina. Says like and share. Happy Sunday, Nicole. Thank you, Angela. Okay, so let's start.
And with that being said, yeah, I'm not getting evicted. So he told everybody a lie. He told all of y'all a lie. With that being said, look at the charges that he say was removed, but it ain't removed. He still have a warrant. That's the game. I would never sit up here.
Listen, I want to let you guys know, I want you to be honest with that poll, because no, I can't tell who said that they want to do this writing subs down, you know, which is shout outs or not. So it's not like you have to say yes to it because you think I can see. It's anonymous. Remember, polls are anonymous. So I want you to put your honest yes or no if you're down with me doing this once a day for an hour and a half.
Lie about anything, and I would never sit up here and tell no lie about the police coming to my house looking for him. My name is off the button, and I ain't got nothing to do with it. And they already know where he at, so I ain't got to say nothing else. Period. And to tell you the truth, I never had an apartment in my name. And my credit is clean. I never had anything on my credit. My credit is clean. So with that being said, yeah. If they want to know the fact, guess what, boo? I don't got to explain nothing to them, but just know that Shamar good.
Now, there's a smaller channel holder that I watch. Hey, Pamela. I don't really bring that person's name up because I think that they're doing well on their channel, and I think that sometime when they start to see that money, and I said this to you guys before, do not put that person's channel name in my comment section. And I think that they're getting real bullheaded. You know, you can just tell, oh, you're the type of person, when you get some money, you'll change. You got too much to say now. You know, you're going after larger channel holders, calling them out, but that and still you're commentating just like us about what they're doing. So you're no better than them. You wasn't doing that before, but the point of what I'm trying to say is, why would Alvo lie that Shamar never took his name off the bond if when Alvo called, this channel holder has the actual time when he called the Bill's bondman or the probation officer, whoever that guy was he was talking to on the phone. Put a Y in the chat. And the Bill's bondman told him that Shamar, in fact, took his name off of the bond, and that, you know, he should have basically came and took care of his business, and he didn't. So why is he, knowing that some people saw that live that Alvo did, and I could have sworn that he had a yellow sweatshirt on or t-shirt when he called, and the guy blatantly told him Shamar took his name off that bond. Now, I would share that channel holder's clip, but I don't like that channel holder at all. I had a couple of words with that channel holder trying to use my content, but only used it and gave me credit for my content one time, and that was because I had a DM like I'm showing you right now, which is my private DM, me talking to Shamar on the back end, and they had no other choice but to give me a shout out for that. And then thereafter, they were using every piece of content that I had because they know I tried to, as much as I can, edit out all the cuss words. So when they're at work doing their 9 to 5, their first job, they can just pull my work and just, you know, crop out my work so no one knows it's me, edit out my maybe clips where I'm talking and use it for commentary and not give me any credit for it. And I think that's really fake, because if you look in the description of all of my my videos, I don't even care if it's about the circus, I have 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛, Shamar, I have Alvo, I have everyone in the channel blasted, everyone's channel link, because I might forget to shout them out if I use one of their clips. And I do that to show credit to the everybody, and for you to have the opportunity, if you're not subscribed to them, if you look in the description of my video, you can see channels that you can go subscribe to. So I really would like to show that clip, but I'm not giving that channel holder any credit because I'm not a really confrontational person. I like to keep peace and harmony, but I'm not giving that person no airtime. Eventually they're gonna end up crashing and burning anyways, because I can already see it in the numbers. But anyways, I digress.
Over here, and my credit is clean over here.
Hey, Frederica.
And they already know where he's at, so I ain't gotta really talk too much. But at the same time, like I said, that man said that he's gonna pick him up. He told everybody a lie. Okay? He told everybody a lie. So with that being said,
yeah, he tried to overtalk the guy, and that's why he kept saying, which was pissing me off, I'm confused. You're confused because you're not listening. You're not letting the guy tell you, because like he heard everything except the guy say, and I clearly heard the guy say it, that Shamar took his name off the bond. And there are people that are caping for Alvo so hard, they literally believe that he didn't take his name off the bond. That's insane. Diabolical.
yeah.
I just thought of something. You said you talked to his probation officer?
Yeah.
And because he was saying something on his live today, talking about, you know who Kevin is. And I'm like, who's Kevin?
Yeah, that's his probation officer.
So how did you talk with the probation officer?
They came to my house.
Oh, so he was lying about that too?
Yeah.
He was saying that you... Okay, go ahead.
When I was just now getting out of the bed, I was asleep. I was just now getting out of bed. My cousin came to me and was like, somebody at the door. So I come to my window before I even come to my door and just open it. I come to my window and I come look out my window and the police were right at my door.
Wow.
And come to find out it was his probation officer that was at my door.
And this was today?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. So that's why he got on live today talking about he's gonna call Social Security on you, and he's saying he's gonna do a I put the wrong date. It was yesterday, the 26th, that Shamar had reached out to me via DM. He called me on DMs in IG. It says it's clearly understood that once you do not abide by the rules of the bond, that violation and the company can be at risk with the courts of losing their license. Yep, the bonding company. You're right, exactly. Yep. I believe Shamar too. And let me, this is what I want to say to you too. I always say that Shamar can apologize to me, which he has many of times. That's why he reached out to me yesterday, because he was apologizing again for like dragging my name. Me and Shamar can make up in 30 seconds as associates, and Shamar will still turn around and drag me again. Me and Shamar are not friends. We're just associates. And I'm going to still do my commentary like I did, even when me and Shamar never had a conversation. So people that look, out for, these fallouts with me and Shamar, which they're not fallouts, because me and Shamar are not besties. We're just people who work in the same sector. He's the content. He took it upon himself to reach out to me last year and apologize. And I'm the type of person, just because he disrespected me don't mean I gotta disrespect him. I had to block somebody because it's like, I look for you people that plant seeds, and you wait for a moment to come out the bushes to say, I'm glad he did you like that. You're kissing his butt. I don't kiss Shamar's butt, because regardless if Shamar likes me or not, I'm still going to do my content. You guys have heard me say it in front of Shamar. You also heard me say it in recordings that I DM when he DMs me. He knows I'm recording and things, like I told him that he does not want me to share. I always would edit it out. So it's never been a problem with me and Shamar. But I'm going to still do my content regardless. So I don't need to kiss Shamar's behind for no content, because I was doing this content before Shamar even reached out to me, and I'm going to continue. It's not the probation officer. It was the bondsman. Okay, it was the bondsman he talked to. All right, that makes sense. Alvo is always talking over people. That's what his problem is. He used to do Shamar like that, talk over him also, right? And he don't know nothing. It's always the dumbest people, uneducated people that do that. At the end of the day, Alvo should have taken care of this case. Alvo's running from the police, right? And he's the type of person, people could tell him, turn himself in. Alvo's the type of person, he'll get like himself in some serious trouble and then stop blaming others for stuff that he should be doing. And that's sad. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's run the likes up like you were running up for a narcissist. Start showing more love. That's why I can't wait till I start doing this once a day content, writing down subs, because I'm going to definitely meet other people from other walks of life that are going to appreciate me, and they're going to hit the like button. And I'm not going to have to keep continuously asking them to do it, because they'll know it's only the right thing to do. I'm manually writing down subs' names. Shoot, getting arthritis in my hands. You better be hitting that like button. It says Shamar wants clout too, and I keep telling y'all, we know that Shamar's the content, but Shamar's no different than anybody else. He's got to keep his name relevant, just like we have to keep the content relevant for you. So he's the content. If he goes missing, then guess what? He can be forgotten about just like anybody else. Just because he's Shamar doesn't mean he can go away for 5 years and not do anything on social media again, and then people gravitate back to Shamar. No, it doesn't work like that. It'll be a bigger and better Shamar that will take his place, and Shamar knows that. So Shamar has to create content just like we have to create content. But you have to create content with some that's ethical, with morals, and not be doing anything any means necessary to create content like what Alvo does. Like me creating content, writing down subs' names. Okay, some people might say that's boring. It's ethical. I have morals. I'm not doing anything in that are breaking my morals or anybody else's morals. I'm not doing anything that's character assassinating anybody. It's not hurting anyone. It's actually a breath of fresh air. It says, and has heard us give him the best advice so many times, no matter how many times he has getting the twist information. So he had choices and choices, right? But he just wants to think that he knows everything. It says Alvo's overtalks people because he has control issues. He wants to be control the narrative and he thinks he's smarter than everybody else. Yeah, that's true. Shamar better hurry up and get himself monetized because he's a waste of time on social media. He is, and it's so sad. He thinks it's so cute that the language, that he uses is gonna get him far, and it's not. It really isn't. And then with them people calling Social Security on him, you never know how long that they'll put his money on hold until they do an investigation. And if they find out that he had all that money and didn't report it, they might put him on some type of payment plan. He might not even get half the money, until that money is paid off. It's the attention, and Alvo talks too much. Can't rob a bank with Alvo. He's gonna tell. Yep, talks too much. You right about that. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let me see where them likes are at now. Okay, they're getting up there. Ain't much, but it's something. Wellness check and get you a caregiver. That's where this is all coming from then. So when the probation officer came, so tell me what they said when you opened the door.
When they came, they was like, hey, is Alexander Green here? And I was like, no, he's not here. And so once I had told them that he wasn't here at my house, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he probably thought that I was lying, but then he came to my house and searched my house. Once he came and searched around my house, that's when, you know what I'm saying, they searched around my house to see if he was in there, but he wasn't in there. So he ended up telling me to take his number. I took his number, you know what I'm saying, and he was telling me that I need to reach out to him. He was like, yeah, you need to get in contact with Alvo. You need to get in contact with him. And once I had took his number, he ended up, you know what I'm saying, texting me. I started texting him, letting them know that, you know what I'm saying, that, he live in Houston, and somebody ended up got his message, like I said, Mr. Dog got his address. They sent me his address. And then once they sent me his address, that's when I sent it to his probation officer.
Oh, you gave the address to the probation officer?
Yeah, and I gave him all his social media names and everything.
Oh wow! And so listen, but how did it get back to Alvo?
It got back to Alvo. It got back to Alvo because I went on my TikTok and I told them, and I said if any one of y'all see Alvo in Houston, don't even go up to him, don't talk to him, just call the police on him.
Right.
I'm not gonna argue with him. I ain't gonna do none of that.
Yeah, because
I ate him up today.
Yeah, but I know you did, but I tell you one thing, he's definitely lying to people saying that you never took that bond off of him. That's what he's saying. He said you never took the bond off him. He said you went down there to take a bond off of LaShawn or something. And I said, nah, that's a lie. I said, Shamar needs to clear that up because that's a lie. And then he said when he called, I guess his probation officer, Kevin, they had rescheduled a time for him to come into court. And he said that that they dropped the warrant over the phone. Come on now. Ain't no such thing as a warrant being dropped over the phone. You got to go and stand before the judge. But see, a lot of people that don't know the law, if they don't hear both sides of the story, like what was said to you by his probation officer, Kevin, and what Kevin plans to do with him if he don't get in contact with his probation officer, people are gonna believe what Alvo's saying is what I'm saying to you.
Right.
So that's why.
But his probation officer already don't say, he was like, you know what I'm saying, don't worry, we gonna get him.
That's what he said?
Mm-hmm. He was like, don't worry, we gonna get him.
So he's in trouble. I've been trying to tell everybody he's not only in trouble for not going to court after Shamar moved the bond out of his name, but he's in trouble for leaving out the state and not getting permission from the courts or from probation. And he's in violation to his probation because he hasn't been showing up to probation. He's got about 3 or 4 warrants. He's telling people he ain't got no more warrants.
Look at the date on that. I was looking at the date my damn self. I was looking at it. I said, hold on. I said, he said his warrant being removed. But when I'm looking at the date, it said January. I'm like, hold on. First of all, then you sit up here and say that, you know what I'm saying, they removed your warrant March the 6th, which is on my birthday. No, they didn't.
They didn't remove anything.
That was the day I took my name off the bond. Yeah,
he's lying about everything. I can't believe. I'm just blown away that he literally got up here today with a straight face and lied. He did yesterday too, but with a straight face and lied and made it seem like he's been on the phone all day. He was doing.
Date that's on there?
I seen the date, but I also seen one too that was I think an April date. I want to say. So that was after January. Listen. His warrants, if anything, none of his warrants have went away. If anything, they compiled. So let me just say this to you. When he does eventually, that's why I don't think he's going to turn himself in. But he's going to say he's going to go to the court date and he's never going to show up. That's my opinion. But let me just say this to you. None of Alvo's warrants went away. They just compiled on top of each other. More warrants have compiled. Because he's missing court dates that he's not showing up for. Because he knows when they get him into custody, they're going to sit him down for a minute. He's not getting out right away. I'm telling you that right now.
He's talking about all I got to do.
Did y'all hear me a second ago when I just read players pinned comment here? Because I think it was on mute. Put a yes or no in the chat. I hate when I do that. I hate when I do that because I think that I had it on mute and I just noticed it. I might be wrong. Just a yes or no. The pinned comment. Did you guys hear that? Okay, so let me read it again. The video of Shamar taking his name off the bond is on the internet, and the lady said clear as day the bounty hunters will be getting him. And I was agreeing with what Player said. It's all over the internet, that video of Shamar going with somebody else. They were recording Shamar from the back, and he was taking the name off the bond. And it was a guy in the background asked Shamar, does Alvo have a job? And he said no. And it sounded like the guy was saying, oh, he's in some big trouble, or it's not going to look good for him or something. I remember that. So I don't know why Alvo's sitting up there lying. That just goes to show how much of a narcissist he is. That's crazy. And I see that poll's looking good there. I mean, like I said, either way, if the poll was more in favor of no, not don't do it, I still was going to do it anyways. But we got 45 votes in 24 minutes and it's at 91%. People are saying yes. Yeah, we need to switch it up a little bit. It's almost like break time, where we can just breathe once a day out of the time that I'm up here, and we're going to be writing down subs, you know what I'm saying? And just doing something different. We can still talk about the topic. You could be in the chat talking about, did you hear this? Did you hear that? But when we're going to definitely take an hour and a half and do that.
And go down
each day. And
just reschedule my court date. No, baby, you go down there, you going to tell you ain't even, like, he ain't even hear what the damn, you know what I'm saying, the probation said. Well, that probation was like, hey, is this Alvo? Alvo was like, is y'all looking for me? He said, yeah. Is this Alvo? And then he was like, yeah. And then agreed, yeah. Guess what happened? He said, the Probation was like, yeah, I'm the one
Exactly,
that
Pamela.
Oh wow.
I said, ooh, oh my God.
Wow.
That man just really clocked the teeth.
But see, you remember
he on live blinking his eyes like, you know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be all good. Like, boy, ain't nothing all good. You still have a warrant. That's the game.
Well, he still has a warrant.
Either way it goes,
yeah.
if you don't come, they're gonna come. They're gonna send somebody to you. They're gonna find you. Matter of fact, they already got an address, but they're gonna actually come. They're gonna talk to somebody over there, and they're gonna come get you.
Yep. And then when they get him. When they get him from Houston, they're gonna make him sit and wait until somebody from Atlanta, Georgia picks him up. And that sometimes that transport can take a long time.
Yep.
And then when they get him
Exactly,
into Georgia custody, he's gonna still owe the sentence that he owes, and then they'll probably put more sentence on top of that.
Right.
You know, for violating his probation, for leaving out of state. That's all violations. He should not. You're supposed to get permission when you're on probation to leave out of state. He's in big trouble.
That man think they're gonna turn into a felony and they're gonna be prison time.
Nah, but I think it's already turned into a felonies that he has. Doesn't he also got a warrant with Clue? That's what I heard. He still got a warrant with Clue. That's a domestic violence. That's already in a felony. He got a felony for being a fugitive, leaving out of the state of Georgia to go to Houston, Texas. He also has a surrender violation of probation, which is a surrender, and because he wasn't showing up for probation. He's in trouble. They're not going to just say, okay, let's reinstate all of this and we're going to let you go today. He's going to do some time.
Yeah.
So
I feel like he going to end up doing some prison time. But then now he had flight risk.
Right. He's not going to do like 2 or 3 years, but he might do 6 months.
His bond condition also said he wasn't supposed to be drinking and smoking. He violated that too. They're going to go down the list so that they can throw the book at him. Now, they can't hold him forever, but they're going to try to get him on so much stuff. And the marijuana is a no-brainer. It takes too long to get out of his system. So when they go and test him, when they do get him into custody, and they see that he got weed in his system, oh, he's going to be a wrap. He's going to be a wrap. You hear me? He's going to be a wrap.
A year might be.
Yeah.
He's gonna do something. He's gonna do something. He might, and who knows? He might do 90 days. But I don't think, as long as he's been making this worse for himself, I think that they're gonna make him do, maybe at least, I don't know, 90 days to maybe 6 months to a year. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Right.
But the thing, well, let me just say this to you. He lied from the beginning, because when you took your name off the bond months ago, he tried to make it seem like he already talked to the Bills bondman and he was all straightened out. But now we know he's lying about everything he said from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe they came to your house yesterday. I really can't.
Yeah, they came to my house.
Yeah, the probation officer
I was shocked my goddamn self. I was shocked myself. I'm thinking they come looking for me.
Yeah, but you know what?
Like, they ain't even got no warrant or nothing.
Right, but listen. So what it is a probation officer. When they came to your house, it was a probation officer and the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do. Usually when probation officers come to your house, they'll come with 2 police escorts. Yep. For their safety. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Yeah, so we talk more, but I didn't want to have too much up because it was a lot and stuff. But Alvo was lying big time, and it's really, really insane. That boy needs to stop all that foolishness. Says Eddie is not going to turn himself in. They will be going to Houston. It says you can run, but you can't hide. You right about that? You can run, but you can't hide. It says, yes, he wasn't interested in what the bondsman was saying in his mind, he's thinking he will get arrested and bond right back out. That's not true at all. First, he has to see a judge. It doesn't work that way. And also, he has a surrender hearing because he violated his probation. He stopped going to probation. You can't just stop going to probation. And then if he's not supposed to be smoking weed or drinking, he could get random drug tests, and if they test that he has weed in his system, that's a violation. Then he also left out of the state. Wasn't the man talking about that also, if I'm not mistaken, on the live? They all need to get it together. This is dragging too long, almost another year. Well, Angela, you're right. It's drag. If you're talking about dragging too long, as far as Alvo taking care of his legal situation, I agree with you on that. But as far as content being made on the situation with this circle, this is the sector. This is the content that people like to watch. I think that people are concerned about, the content because people can get hurt. I think that's what people's concerns are coming in. He overtalks people to cover his lies. Exactly. So didn't Kevin tell him he's playing? I thought I heard him say that. I'm gonna go on to that channel holders page because I don't really feel like, or I might skim through. Nah, I won't even go to Alvo's because child, ain't no telling when I'll find it. But I'm gonna go to the channel holders page and look. But I'm definitely not sharing any of her information on here because I don't care for. It says you got to stop with the fake news. He got the warrant lifted in new court date. You got to stop coming into my chat saying that I'm doing fake news because I'm not doing any fake news. And just for you saying that, you got to get up out of here. Okay? You got to get yourself up out of here because you don't know what you're talking about. And that's one thing I don't do. But it's okay for Alvo to blatantly lie. Can y'all remove that person that's in the chat right now saying that? Because I don't want that person in here. Yeah, thank you. And I'm gonna block them. Make sure when I say get them out of here, I mean block them. We don't put people in timeout, and we don't. Okay, you hit them. Thank you, player. Don't come in here talking about no fake news. You sitting up there listening to everything Alvo then told you. Please. I'm hitting the like button and giving him super chats and super stickers, and he's sitting there lying to you like you're giving him a prize for being a liar. It's bad enough the world's coming to an end, and you're sitting up there co-signing a person helping the world coming to an end. Come on now, lying just to be lying. You sitting up there praising him, liking his videos and supporting them with cash apps and super chats. Get your behind up out of here. Alvo's only making it worse getting on social media too. Yeah, because the police, the probation officer asks Shamar for his social media handles. He must now see the judge. He will not be able to get a new bond immediately like he thinks. They're going to sit him down. It's not even about a bond now. He has to build trust. The trust that they gave him into coming into probation whenever he's supposed to go, which is, it might be every week, every 2 weeks, once a month. He stopped going. He left out of state. He moved out of state. And if he has stipulations not to drink or do drugs, when they test him, he's going to be dirty. Okay. So let's look at all of these things. He broke every single stipulation that is known to man on his stipulations. And, he's going to pay for it. They're not going to just sit him down while they just wait for someone to be put on his bond. And if he can't, while he's free, get someone to be on his bond, while he's sitting in jail, who's going to do it then? While he's sitting in jail, whoever is his family members or friends that love him, they're probably going to say, let him sit in there and get his mind together. We know that he's not hurt or unalived in the street. We know that he's safe. And, he's going to be off the drugs and alcohol so his mind can clear up and hopefully he comes out to be a better person. I'm telling you how Black families think. And sometimes that is true to let, troubled people like himself just sit so that they can just get their mind together and come out and be productive citizens. You gotta do better with your research. It says Shamar called them people. You gotta get your own channel. That's what you gotta do on yours. How about that? And I bet you if I looked on your channel, you have 0 videos up. I bet you that, man-made. You're probably a supporter who I got to do my research, but you ninjas are sitting up there listening to Alvo because you're slow. That's why you are. You're slow, or better yet, you know he's lying, but it's easier to live in the lie, which is called denial, than to live in the truth. Exactly. So kick rocks. Kick rocks. But listen, I'm about to get off. Guys, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. Hit the like button. I did see the poll. It was 59 votes. 81 says yes, 19 says no. Oh well to the 19. Because even if it was 50-50, or even if it was 1% yes and 99% no, we over here. I don't take sides. I take the side that is gonna work for me in my channel with my community. So I'm glad that you guys voted, and I'm glad that 82% is on the page, the same page as me, and I'm riding with it. The numbers don't lie. And like I said, if I don't see my regulars in here once a day, when I do the writing down subs, that's okay. I know I'll see you in the other content. So, you know that, like I said, I'm adding more content. You're not obligated to be at the writing subs names down, but you might want to be there because you're going to definitely see new faces, new names, and new conversations. So I'll see you there, or not. I'll just see you when we talk about this toxic content. Hey, Latina. Says no notification replay game. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. And thank you for coming over on your own.